What are your thoughts on the Leafs versus Tampa series?
I thought the Leafs actually had an opportunity to win the series. They got to Vasilevsky early. Um, I just think that they showed a lack of physical fortitude.
Your thoughts going into Game 7 against Tampa?
Again, there being a Leaf fan, it was how do you put it? Cautious optimism, if anything, and yeah, uh, I thought we stood a real chance.
What was your opinion on the penalties at the end of Game 7?
I think the I think that basically the refs lost control of what wasn't a penalty. Um, there was I guess phantom calls, and funny enough, maybe it pays to flop like you're a soccer player.
What moves do you think the Leafs should have made after the series?
After the series, um, I think we found, I say we, but I think they found that what they needed was more of that, let's say, bottom six and associated players who can fill in, who could pay the price, who could be physical and play a 60-minute game, realizing that that's the price that you pay if you want to win the Stanley Cup.
Any players that you would like to see on the Leafs that are just in the NHL right now? Maybe some the Leafs could trade for?
Well, the players, and they're not made available, whether he would want to come or not. I think a Tom Wilson would do wonders for the top two lines. And then, uh, yeah, I guess I'm looking more for that physical winger. Um, I Maybe Josh Anderson would help that group again. Uh, there's no money for him, but I would have loved to see Nazem Kadri come back.
Who do you think was the most effective player during that series?
Funny enough, I would say Nylander was very effective, even though he was effective offensively, where he didn't provide um, anything really defensively or physically that way. Uh, Again, somebody else's opinion or as well as mine, but your stars tend to cancel out, and uh, if your stars cancel out, then your second, third, fourth line are the ones who are going to determine for you.
How are you feeling now after the series and after all the drama afterwards?
Well, annoyed. I think that I think this was an opportunity. This was their time to shine, and uh, it's enough to talk about lessons learned. You actually have to learn them and put it into practice.
What is your opinion on this season's roster, especially with goaltending?
That well, I think Dubas took a big chance on two goaltenders who had poor seasons previously. You're betting on a bounce back for both, and now with injuries and the rest, I think there were other options out there, and I probably would have rather have paid Campbell um, the same sort of money that you're paying Murray if he would have taken it. If not, then there were plenty of $3 million goalies out there. That's just my opinion. I think the Leafs roster right now, with now being back up to 50 contracts, and basically we have two AHL goalies playing for us. I think that was a mismanagement of riches. You have a lot of players who are on show me contracts, but I would have made them two-way contracts and tried to, or one-way contracts, so that you could keep those number of contracts down. I understand the trying to make competition for the bottom lines or whatever. But right now, I think it's bitten us right in the ass.
Players from the Marlies would you like to see crack the lineup even for 1 or 2 games this season?
Well, and outside of injury, probably like to see like the larger players to fill out the bottom of the roster. Maybe some speed, so Douglas or Steves. There are a number of players on the Marlies who, I mean, like Petrozelli, they signed him. He had a good 6 games, but again, I think we could have used those players as a back and forth to try and see, because now it is the time for them to show up, right?